problem-solving approach. What does DMAIC stand for? DMAIC stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what these 5 stages are. Stage 1, define. The purpose here is anytime you have a problem, whether it's big or it's small, our first step should be to define that problem. What is the problem that you are trying to solve? And that sounds like a very basic question, but many times we go down these different paths. Sometimes the problem that we're trying to solve is actually a solution. For example, we don't have an IT system that does A, B, and C. That's not a problem. That's a solution masked as a problem. You're just saying you want an IT solution. A good problem would be a different way of thinking that problem is our current way of processing medications or of collecting resident or patient information takes a long time. That doesn't have a solution that's masked in it. So in the define stage, you're really trying to understand what is the key problem that I'm looking to solve, who is actually involved in this problem, because these are the people I need to start to work with. And what's our goal with this project, with this problem? Do you want to eliminate it from occurring, go from 0 to 100%, or are you trying to do a 25% improvement? Right? I noticed in the chat window, some of you are working on AUA, right? Appropriateness of antipsychotic use. Are we trying to get that 15% improvement? Articulating right up front, what is the goal? Otherwise, you're going to have these, what I call zombie projects. They never die. They just keep going and going and going because no goal has been articulated. So in this phase, there's a lot of different tools that can be used. Stakeholder analysis, this tool called the SIPOC, perhaps project charters. But one that I'm going to call out is this concept called Gemba. Gemba is a fancy Japanese word for actual place. Anytime you have a problem, again, big or small, your first reaction in the define phase should be to go to Gemba. Go to where the work or that problem is being experienced. Very little problem solving happens in a boardroom. You're too far away from the problem. Go to the front line. Go to where the staff or the resident or the patient is experiencing that problem and collect information. Why is it that this error occurred? Why are they feeling this way? What actually happened? Going to Gemba is a very powerful concept in CQI because this is where you get to see the information firsthand and talk to the people who are actually experiencing it. So this is a tool that we would highly encourage you to use at any point in time, but especially in the define phase. So after the define phase, you have a clear idea of what the problem is that you're trying to solve, who you need to be engaging to understand the problem. You now move into the measure phase. The measure phase is really what measure stands for, right? It's about collecting information. So this is where you might go out and pull some data from your databases. You might be running surveys. You might be doing some sort of tick sheets and other kind of data collection tools. But the purpose of this phase is to say, what is actually happening? Let's say the problem was that patients are complaining of how long it takes to go through the pharmacy. Okay, well, how long does it actually take? Is this one complaint that we're basing this project off of? What's the average amount of time it